Hi, welcome to Miss Richardson's U.S. History 5-Minute Lectures. This information is U.S. Note 6.4, Poverty in the 80s and 90s. It includes information that goes along with the first section of your Unit 6 study guide. Now remember, you have control of this lecture, so use your study guide to figure out what's important and take notes on that. Pause if you need to, rewind if you need to, rewatch if you need to, and write down any questions you have and bring those to class. Let's go ahead and get started. In your last set of notes, you learned about the economic plans from the 80s and the 90s. Today you're going to learn about how the average Americans were impacted by these plans. There's a huge economic divide in the 1980s and the 1990s. As I've mentioned to you since we covered the 1950s, the economic gap was growing and it continued to widen during this period even more. We actually see a separation between the truly wealthy and the rest of America. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer, the middle class stays the same level, and everyone believes that the ideal of working hard will get you ahead. It doesn't really work that way. I mean, yeah, working hard and you'll do well, but generally working hard will not make you extremely rich. We talk about the 1% today. It will not get you to the 1% just working hard. So who are the extremely rich? The CEOs and the business owners are the people we're talking about when we talk about that. Then who are the middle class? The American workers, who are mostly white, full-time workers who are married with families. Most are either high school or college educated. They're the majority of America. And then the poor tend to be mostly minorities. As I told you when you were learning about technology during the period, technology increased the wealth divide. The wealthy could afford the new technologies before others, and by the 1990s, over 80% of middle-class households had internet and cable, while very few, under 20% of poor households had that same access. That made a big difference. Because remember, internet access means information access. Information access means success in learning and education. Success in learning and education means higher income in the future. So the poorest households did not have much of a chance of earning a higher income in the future because they couldn't access the information now. So race and poverty continued to be an issue. Many of those living in poverty, like I said, were minorities, which led to continued tension between whites and African Americans. It felt like the civil rights movement had not worked. The results of the tensions can be seen in the '92 LA riots, and the Rodney King trial and beating, or the O.J. Simpson trial in 1994. And we'll look at both of those in class so that you really understand what happened there. Many thought that if they worked hard, they could rise above their humble beginnings. Now, this rarely happened, which led many young Americans to become disillusioned and yearn for change. And we'll look at that idea in the next set of notes because this is the end of note 6.4. Hopefully you learned something, and if you have questions, bring those to class.